Hi. So I want to share something that has been a labor of love for a long time. I have gone through some seasons in life that a lot of people may not know about. I didn't share it with a lot of people unless you were very close to me. You wouldn't have known, parts of this. I didn't share the details with many people, right? I kept that close to the vest. And it was mainly because it was during a time where I was navigating and I wasn't sure what was happening in some cases, and I also wasn't sure what was going to be on the other side of that. So I have been writing for a very, very long time. I've always been writing, handwriting actually. So and I always knew that this was a path that my life was going to take because I I've always dreamed of becoming, doing something extra with my life. And it was one of the things when I went back to school to, do pursue my PhD, I knew that that was a path towards getting that degree. Needless to say, I haven't completed it yet, but it's still a part of the plan. And so for a long time, I have been, just documenting certain things, certain aspects of my life, and just kind of like therapy, honestly. Like I write down things and I'm able to go back and reflect on it, and sometimes to be able to review what has changed, what, if I've prayed for something, did I get the answer, and different aspects like that. And so I am I am excited because I have been working on something for a little while, and it's been laborious, to say the least. I've been working on this, and I've been doing it on my own. So, um, I've been learning, certain tools and whatever, how to figure things out. And I also wanted to make sure that once I do this thing that I'm about to tell you about, that I've been working on, I wanted to make sure that I had full creative control over it. I didn't want to just, kind of put it out in a way that other people would, benefit more than I would. And that's one of the things that, if you are out there, you're doing things, building your own business, whatever, you're an entrepreneur, you realize that sometimes you end up paying out a lot of what you're working on to others to help get you to where you want to go. So I didn't want to jump the gun on anything. I didn't want to get ahead of myself. I wanted to make sure that what I was doing was timely. It was aligned with where God is taking me right now. I didn't want to rush anything. I didn't want to make any decisions that were not within his will. And cuz sometimes you could do things that you feel called to do, or it's a passion of yours, or it's laid on your heart, and that you're capable, you have the capabilities, and that if you put your mind to it, you could actually get it done. But sometimes if we do some of these things, or we pull the trigger on doing some of these things before God is ready, it could fail. And I realize this season that I'm in right now, it's not an easy season. It's a season that God is really cultivating some things in me. I'm learning certain things, and I'm making the necessary changes on certain things. And so I definitely didn't want to jump the gun, get ahead of him, and do anything that he was not already aligning in me. And so now I'm really excited. I have been documenting parts of my life, right? I've been documenting some seasons that I've gone through, and I have just completed my first book. And it is titled From Thorns to Roses, a journey of faith, integrity, and becoming. And when you read it, you'll understand why the thorns and the roses, that play on words is in there. You'll understand it. But I was writing this book before I became a rose. And so it made sense that this timing happened the way it did. And so yeah, I put my heart in it, because it's a season that I've been walking through, and I thank God that he has been holding my hand through this season. I don't take it for granted by any means, but I would love for you to check out this new book. It is live on my website, fuchsiafinancials.com, and you'll be able to find it there. I hope you check it out. I launched the ebook first. The plan is to launch the hard copy, the printed version, but I'm doing it strategically, intentionally, because I don't want to, first of all, overwhelm myself, right, by taking on a lot, because like I said, I'm self-published. That was another thing when I say I wanted to be in full control, like creative control of the writing, and like I did my research, and I think a lot of times when you go through publishing houses, like they have certain rights to certain things, so it's important for me to have the control of this, and so that's why I went this route. But the goal is to have it in print. I'm working on that, but I don't want to push it out before it is ready to be in print. Not that it's not ready, it's complete, right? I have the full print manuscript ready, but I want to make sure that I am strategic and I'm following, the directions from God, and that I'm fully aligned with the timeline of everything that is happening right now. So I want to say, yes, From Thorns to Roses is live. It's my first book. It, kind of like just really goes through some parts of my life that, you know, yeah, you may be right now, or you may have experienced some seasons like that. So I hope you'll check it out. Check it out at fuchsiafinancials.com. It's on my website. And yeah, let me know what you think, and we'll talk about it later. All right. Thank you. Bye.